Alright, lads and lasses, I'm Eccentric Racer, and I am back on Horizon 5 for our first filmed challenge. Yes, we're finally doing one of these. It has been, well, I say it's been a little while, we actually haven't done one. What I mean to say is it's been a little while since we've actually done a proper film challenge with our little filming crew. Yeah, it is actually a filming crew, it's not just a group chat, but yeah, that's what we are. Anyway, what we've got here is a cacophony of awful noises. But if you're not getting the memo, these are basically the cover cars from the 12 Forza games. No, Forza Street doesn't count. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a showdown with all of these, see which one is best. There might be a few cars missing. I'll do my best. No, another car's missing. Right, okay. Anyway, I am going to be representing Forza Motorsport 1 with the slightly wrong NSX. It's meant to be an Acura, but, you know, I have to work with what I've got. Ren is going to be in the 350Z, representing FM2. No, there was no DB9, and plus as well, this was a pain in the arse to actually get balanced. There's meant to be an Audi R8 here, driven by Cam. We have got a Ferrari 458, who is driven by Pers. Yeet is in the Viper, to represent Forza Horizon 1. We have got Suki in the McLaren P1, represent FM5. Regan in the Lamborghini Huracan to represent FH2. Dawn is in the Ford GT, a little bit ghosted, to represent FM6. We have got Jack in the Centenario to represent FH3. There's meant to be a Porsche 911 GT2 here, driven by someone, to represent FM7. We have got Noobster in a Halloween livery. Yeah, we said he couldn't have a Christmas livery on the McLaren Senna. So they're going to be representing FH4, and then a slightly ghosted Sadie representing FH5 in the awful AMG 1. So, yeah, that is the line. Oh, there it is. There's the Audi. It's a little bit dirty, but there you are. The Audi's low dirt, at least. It's not on the wheels. So, yeah, that is 11 line-up cars. There's meant to be 12, but for some reason, yeah, Forza is being Forza. So, yeah. That's all the cars, and we are going to do some races with them and some other challenges on the way to see which one proves to be the quickest. Okay, so for race 1, we're going to be at the Horizon Mexico circuit. Things are going to be a little bit different. We are in a showdown event, but we are going to be waiting a minute, and then each of the cars in S1 are going to be setting 2 seconds off after each other. And the cars that are in S2 are going to be setting off 20 seconds later, and then Noobster's going to have another 5 seconds on top. So, yeah, it is really all stacked against Noobster. I need to have the engine, make sure I don't get disconnected for being idle for too long. We have tried multiple other iterations of this. It hasn't really worked out. So we've so we are trying this. We have tested a few other things. It seems to have actually worked nicely, so yeah, there is that. Okay, we've got the chat going on. So, what we've got here, I'll talk about my car. I have built this to be as close as I can get to the FM3 Team Forza car, because that's the only one I can actually get the information on. So I've got 561 horsepower, and yeah, that's all I can remember. Yeah, but I've got 561 horsepower, I've got no aero, and it is mid S1, so, you know, I am actually starting exactly banging halfway on the grid, so yeah, there is that. Now everyone's got myself on the way. The S2 class cars, though, are still going to have to wait. I think they're getting ready to set off very soon. So we will wait and see. We've got Regen trying to battle with Pers. I think Cam's run very wide off the hairpin. So yeah, really these are short races. These are just a battle to see if you know, us in the faster cars are able to pick our way through the slower cars in time and take the win. Because the S2 cars are going to have a real challenge, because the S2 cars around here are a lot quicker than us in the S1 cars, so, you know, are they able to get a pretty much flawless run to then catch us up that are near the front? So on lap 2, so timing's definitely running out for them already. There's a lot of tyres, I can barely see where I am going. So I'm going to do something. I'll try and see if I can get past Herz's Ferrari 458. I'm going to have to go around the outside, go late on the brakes. Can I keep it? Can I keep it? Yes, I can. I've got more straight line speed than the Ferrari 458. That is going to get me past. Regen has actually... whatever. Has actually managed to get past Yeet. Yeah, by the way, this has taken us so long to set up. FH5, when it comes to doing this type of stuff, FH5 is so bloody awful. That, like, server connected, convoy connectivity and whatnot is bloody dreadful. I have to say that. I've got to try and find a way past Cam and Regen now, because I've actually managed to catch up to them. Cam's going to run wide, I'm going to do a little bit of a cutback, and there we are, that is that position. Now, let's see, Ben is running away a fair bit, but me and Regen are casting massively. Regen is running wide, I'm able to duck it onto the inside, and that is me past Regen. Very good corner from me. Now it is just the challenge of catching up to Ren. Sadie, Noobster and Suki still haven't managed to overtake anyone yet. Sadie, Noobster has actually managed to get past Suki. I'm just looking where they are on the map. They are pretty far back. Possibly a little bit too far back to get... Actually, I'm not too sure. I don't actually know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I've got so much more straight line speed compared to Ren. I'm going to have a move on the inside, park it on the apex, make sure he can't do a cutback, which he can't. And there we go. That has promoted me to the lead. KJ is catching up as well. Currently sat in the 4th position. We might need to adjust the S2's delay a little bit. I think they're a little bit too far back at the minute. I'm not too sure. We've got Yeet falling back a little bit. Jack is making their way as well through the field. He's getting along nicely. I think I was at this point where Sadie and Noobster are going to start catching up to the field of S1 cars. I believe that's happening now. Yes, Sadie has managed to get past Dawn. So if they could do it quickly, they will possibly be able to catch up to me. We'll have to wait and see. God. Cam has fallen back quite a bit. Sadie is picking her way through the field very, very quickly now. Already managed to make it into a sick position. KJ has actually managed to get second and steers massively into that wall. I'll have to wait and see though. Am I far enough ahead? Because I know that Porsche is actually faster than me around guys in Mexico. We're on the final lap now, I think. Oh my god, where the bloody hell am I going? I forgot that for some reason the walls aren't actually loading in. So yeah, there's an issue. That has cost me a lot of time actually. KJ is catching up to the back of me. Actually a pretty alarming rate. Regen has managed to get past Ben, so it's currently I'm in the lead. KJ is in second and closing fast. That Porsche has got so much cornering speed. I know for a fact that the 911 GT2 has got great straight line speed and great cornering speed as well. I'm going to have to block the inside line. I don't want that Porsche getting past. I do have the traction on the exit of that corner. I've got a little bit of a better run, but it is still pretty damn tense between us two. I'm just going to park it on the apex, make it as awkward as possible for that Porsche. I don't want it getting past. Oh, it is gaining on me. It does have the top end. Again, just block the inside. I get a little bit of a slide. They're going to go around the outside to hit the wall, to hit me. I don't know who won. Who won? Oh my god, get in there. I don't know whether that was desync or whether that wasn't desync. I honestly have no idea. What I can tell you though, that was brilliant, brilliant fun. Sadie made a very, very good one. That was very close. Yeah, you can see KJ was a second faster than me. Sadie was making good progress though, managed to claw their way to a third place. Noobster as well, making their way through the field nicely. Yeah, that was good. That was a very good one. Possibly a few minor delay start, I'm not too sure. We'll probably discuss that first, but that was bloody brilliant. Good race, KJ. That was really good stuff. Alright, race 2, and we are at Bahia de Plano. It should be an interesting one. The S2 guys were fine with it, so it seemed to work out pretty well. So, yeah, we are going to do that. So, of course, we've got to wait for the 1 minute. Let me just enter that. So, yeah, this should be good. Bahia is another one of those really power-oriented, is another very fast circuit. So, yeah, there is that. Jack had to go, so we've got replacement in the form of an Australian. Well, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning for them, so, you know, there's that. Excuse me. Yeah, so, the S2 guys were pretty happy with their staggered start, so, yeah, we're just gonna not have to make any alterations for that. I'd be amazed if you, I mean, that is like a me move. I would actually manage to miss a checkpoint while staying completely still. So, you know, that is that. We'll have to wait and see. So we're getting ready to go underway now. So here we are. The cars are setting off one by one. When regen goes, when I go, try and get a good start. A little bit of a dodgy one because, of course, I'm on a hill. Right, there we go. I think we have all managed to start perfectly. Yep, I think that is all the S1 cars underway. So then it's just going to be a little bit of time, and the S2 cars are going to be set on their path. Of course, a noobster is going to have another 5-second waiting time until they set off as well. So yeah, it should be an interesting one. I managed to take the win for race 1. KJ did ping off the wall a little bit, but it was still a very, very close race, and it was still huge amounts of fun to actually do. So, you know, there is that. We will have to wait and see if we can have a successful outing yet again. Okay, what we've got to do is see if I am able to catch up. You can see second. You can see that the except for Ren, 2nd to 6th. Actually, really closed up. Oh, I tried to get past regen there. I'm going to have to try around the outside. I think we're maybe a bit decent. I'm not too sure. We're 3 wide and I'm on the very, very outside. Am I going to get boxed in? No, I managed to pull away ahead enough. That is a lot of positions gained just like that. There we go. Around the outside of a 3 wide and then out accelerate cars down the straight. That's worked out really nicely for me. Now I've got to try and get past G. I've got a lot of straight line speed in this NSX, of course. Oh, crap. Me having a little bit of control difficulties in the Viper to be able to just side it up the inside. And there we go. This NSX is so goddamn quick. I mean, like I said, we have based it off the Forza Motorsport 3 car with the power and the weight and whatnot. I've tried to replicate as best as I possibly can, but of course it doesn't have the body kit because the Honda NSX was the one that never had the body kit. It was always the Acura. The Acura NSXs were the ones with the customization. The Hondas weren't. So yeah, there is that. I'm a little bit wide through there. Right, where is... We've got regen up there. I'm keeping my eyes out for KJ. KJ's got himself in the 6th place. So, you know, there is that. Oh, God, come on. A little bit wide. There we go. There is that. Slam on the brakes. There we go. Through there. Lap 4 men is a nice healthy lead. However, KJ has managed to find their way into a 3rd place. That is not good news for me, or worse news for Ben, not great news for me either, because, well, KJ's Porsche is very fast. Ben is actually got a very big lead. That is came undone. I'm just going to throw it up the inside. Oh, I think I did nudge and wind a little bit. I will apologise for that one. I don't know if I did anything. But that is me. Gotten past Ben, just up the inside. I think I may have possibly decent pump them. I don't know. However, KJ is there, and that's the worrying thing. I think as well, Noobster and Sadie are now starting to catch up to a bunch of the S1 cars. So there is that. Oh, come on. they are starting to catch up now and mingle with some of the S1 cars. KJ has managed to get second off of Ren, so now it is, can I run away? That is the thing. Have I got enough time to run away from KJ? I might possibly be far enough ahead. Moves has managed to get himself into 6th. Slam on the brakes. KJ is closing on me massively. Oh, they've ran wide and hit the building. Oh no. That is a huge shame. I think they're far enough ahead though that they're not going to lose the position from then, so that is a little bit of respite for them. That is going to be the NSX taking the second win of the races. KJ is going to take another second. Ren is going to be in 3rd place. So Sadie. That's the Ferrari 458 crossing the line. I don't know what position though. That is position... Oh, that was 7th. Noobs managed to climb up to 4th. Sadie to 6th place. So Region managed to hold on to top 5. But it is Honda NSX, Porsche 911, Fairlady Z, rounding out the 1st, the 2nd and the 3rd position. Now, alright, what we have got here is a 1 mile drag race where the S2 cars are going to fly away, but we'll have to wait and see if I can get a good launch, what cars I might be able to beat. So there goes the 4-wheel drive cars. Actually a pretty decent launch for my NSX. Of course my NSX has no aero, so I actually do have good straight line speed acceleration. P1, a little bit slow off the start, but then I just cannot compete with that power. Look at it go. One into in the 6th now. Dawn is actually keeping up with me. I actually do slightly, I think I actually start to level out with KJ. Dawn actually gains on me in the 4GT. I actually got slightly more top end than my NSX in the 4GT. Right, okay, interesting. So, there we are. The car that sort of starts in the races at, well, the mid, also in the drag races, finishes in the mid. Has it sort of leveled out? No. It actually has, in a way, except for the Fairlady Z being beaten by the Audi because of that all-wheel drive launch. Oh, well, that's interesting. The PI kind of almost leveled out. Of course, the MG would beat the Senna. The P1 takes a little while to get going, but will then, of course, catch up to... Well, will then just fly past absolutely everyone else, and would run out of time to catch the MG1 and the McLaren Senna as well. But I'm pretty happy with my 6th place. I have to say though, that 4GT really does shift in the straight line. I know that's not got the highest of straight line acceleration and whatnot, but that thing really did shift. I have to give it that.
Now, with races being good and all, and giving us a basic idea, there are many factors that actually go into it in terms of things like driver's skill, or if they've managed to have any luck during the race. So I decided to do one final thing, and that is to take all 12 cars individually and do 10 laps around Estadio, mostly because I actually do enjoy this track. It is a seriously fun track. It's more power lenient, I'd say, this track. However, there are certainly a few sectors where if you do not have at least some sort of grip, you are going to struggle. There are definitely places where you can lose time if your car is terrible through the corners. That left-hander in particular, and this chicane as well, is a bugger to get through, even with higher grip cars. Some of the S2 cars, they were an absolute pain in the arse to get through that little chicane, but I really do enjoy the track, so that's what I decided to do. 10 laps around these to really see what the cars will be like, what the cars actually are like, because I've actually not driven a lot of these cars in FH5 before. I've not driven the 458, I didn't drive the Huracan, the Centenario, the Porsche 911 GT2, I never drove them, so I thought, you know what, I will put myself out there, give them a drive, and see what my thoughts are, and see how quick they are, because like I said, driver factor comes into effect with the cars, but not only that, it's more of what speed can I actually extract from them, and have the cars gotten quicker as as the newer games went on, and we'd be getting more supercars appearing on the front covers rather than just things like the NSX or the 350Z being sort of tuner cars. So There we are, that is what I managed to get with the cars. Starting off from the bottom, the Audi R8 was an incredible car to drive, but lacked so much power. It really, in this field, is so underpowered doing a 1 minute 0.7. It was a great car to drive. The 350Z was the complete opposite. It was a pain and was an absolute nightmare to get around here, but to get that car balanced for this and how we wanted to have it drive was... You know, it was a nightmare, that car. The Viper was an absolute shame. The brakes on the thing murder it. It is so awful on the brakes, but the cornering speed, when you manage to get the braking right, is absolutely phenomenal. Only just beaten out by the 458. The 458 being a little bit underpowered, I say, but obviously... did have enough acceleration because it was fairly light. The Huracan kind of surprised me with how not actually that great the car was to drive. The 58.0 had a lot of lift-off oversteer. Wasn't actually the hugest fan of it. The 4GT, same story. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that car. Admittedly, Estadio is not the easiest track to get around, but you know, there's just certain instances where it just really was not. It really did struggle a lot. My NSX, well, I did build it. I was actually really happy with how it turned out. It was actually a really nice car to drive overall. We go next to the Porsche. The Porsche surprised me. I really enjoyed driving the Porsche. Yeah, I could not believe how well that car drove. It really was great. But beaten out by the Centenario. The Centenario got that speed because of the cornering. The Centenario's got insane cornering grip. It really did surprise me of how well that car could actually take corners. Really taken aback by it. Now we get to the S2 cars. Starting with the AMG 1. I hated the car. I really hated the car. The on-power understeer on that thing is god awful. I have seen planets orbit the sun faster than that car does some of the corner. It is awful how much that car understeers on the power. It really gets its lap time because the four-wheel drive acceleration out of some of the slower corners is insane. It really does. It really is insane. Move on though to the McLaren P1. P1? That was brilliant. I really enjoyed the McLaren P1. I thought it'd be a little bit of a nightmare. I saw it struggle quite a fair bit, with the races, and I thought, oh no, this is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? It was the complete opposite. I really was taken aback by the P1. It was such a good fun car to drive, and because I actually had more speed than the AMG 1 with cornering speed rivaling it, it was absolutely phenomenal. It only really lost time out the penultimate corner because it could not get the power down. And then at the top, we've got the McLaren Senna. It should be a shock to no one that the Senna is the quickest round the track. That car is just absolutely glorious. And even if the car has a limited top speed compared to that P1, it really doesn't matter. The cornering speed on that car is absolutely phenomenal. And even though the top speed lacks, it's not that bad. The acceleration is just on there and the grip is just fantastic. However, that is going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I'd be highly appreciative if you did the stuff the YouTube algorithm likes. I'd also be highly appreciative if you subscribed as well. However, that is going to be it from me, and until next time, ciao for now.